Welcome to lecture 7. My name is Professor J. N. Mandal, Department of Civil Engineering, IIT Bombay, Mumbai, India. The name of the course Geosynthetics Engineering in Theory and Practice. This is module 2, lecture number 7, an overview of geosynthetics. So, I will now address a recap of previous lecture. We cover introduction, geosynthetics scope and definition, category of geosynthetics material, raw material production of geosynthetics, composition of geosynthetic, manufacturing of geogrids and different types of geosynthetics material. Now, I will address the function of geosynthetics, which is very important. When you will design any geosynthetics engineering related project, the one of the important issue is the functional concept. So, we should study the different function of geosynthetics. Geosynthetics have a separation as a function, filtration as a function, drainage as a function, reinforcement as a function, protection or cushion as a function, barrier or containment as a function, and erosion control. Now, what is separation? So, geosynthetics can separate the two layer of soil and thereby prevent the intermixing. Let us say that separation, let us say that this is the finer soil particle, this finer, they are the finer material. So, this is the finer material. And what we do that we place the good quality of the aggregate on the top of the finer material. So, these are the coarser material. Now, this coarser material will penetrate into the finer material and get lost. So, what will happen, for example, if you take 20 kg of the aggregate and place on the 20 kg of the mud, so you can have a 40 kg of mud. So, there are dissimilarity of the material, one is the finer material, another is a coarser material. So, coarser material will get lost into the finer material. So, what geosynthetics can help you? Now, if you place a one layer of the geosynthetics material in between the finer material or coarser material, let us say this is the geosynthetics material, this geosynthetic material which is placing between the finer material this is the final material, and this is the coarser material or aggregate. This is the coarser material. So, when you introduce this geosynthetic material between the two dissimilar material like final material and coarser material, then coarser material will not penetrate into the final material. So, this material will not be lost. So, here geosynthetic material act as a separation, this is act as a separation, it separate the coarser and the final material. That is why geosynthetic material act as a separation, it can save very good quantity of the coarser aggregate what we use during the road construction, and also geosynthetic material also give a very good tensile strength. So, it can prevent the intermixing between the coarser and the finer material. Next is the filtration is the function. So, geosynthetics can allow water to pass across the plane while prevent or retain the soil particle. You can see here, this is the geosynthetic material and water or liquid which is passing across the plane of this geosynthetic material. So, here geosynthetic material act as a filtration function. So, in case of the filtration function, I am just showing you that if this is the geosynthetic material, then liquid can pass across the plane of this geosynthetic material. This is geosynthetic material. So, you remember that when the water or liquid pass across the plane of this geosynthetic material, it called the filtration, and it called also the permittivity. So, do not you confuse what should be the filtration and what should be the drainage. So, when the liquid passes across this material, it also there is a, you should know what will be the coefficient of permeability of the geotextile material or what will be the long term compatibility. So, this geosynthetic material can prevent or retain the soil particle as and when it is required. So, this is one of the most important function. Next is drainage. You can see this is the geosynthetic material and water or liquid pass along the plane of the geosynthetic material, it called the drainage. And what we have to determine from the drainage, that is transmittivity, we call in geosynthetic term, that is transmittivity. When the liquid or water can flow along the plane of the geosynthetic material. So, you can see that in the geosynthetics place such a way as to transmit the liquid should pass along the plane of the geosynthetic material. So, if this is the geosynthetic material which is designated as G of S, and liquid should pass along the plane of the geosynthetic material which you call the drainage, and within the plane of the geosynthetic material. So, at adequate liquid flow within the plane of the geotextile material. So this also is called the transmittivity. So there is two different function. One is the filtration function, another is the drainage function. In case of the filtration function, this water flow across the plane of the geotextile material. If this is a geotextile material, water or liquid can pass across the plane of the geotextile material. If it is a drainage, the water will flow along the plane of the geosynthetics material. So you have to keep in mind that what we talk about, that filtration function as well as drainage function. Now reinforcement is a function, very important function we use for the slope stability and reinforced soil retaining wall. Geosynthetics can reinforce the soil mass and improve the stability of the structure in terms of the strain and deformation with respect to unreinforced soil. You can see if this is the slope and this is the geosynthetic material. So this slope may fail along this failure surface, then geosynthetics material have a reinforcement function, so it can resist. So geosynthetic material act as a good reinforcement. There will be a synergistic improvement of the total system strength created by the introduction of the geosynthetics material. For example, that if you wanted to construct a retaining slope, steep slope, so this slope without reinforcement may fail, but if you can place one layer of the grid material, you can say that GG, so it can be resisted because it has a tensile strength or it acts as a good reinforcement. So here geosynthetic material act as a reinforcement function. Protection or cushion. Geosynthetics can protect from abrasion and perforation. As for example, the geotextile can act as a cushion over the geomembrane and prevent or reduce any kind of the damage to the geomembrane layer during the construction. Here you can see this is the geomembrane, this is the geotextile. So any kind of the aggregate can damage the geomembrane material, that is why you are providing the one layer of the geotextile material, and this geotextile material can protect the geomembrane and act as a cushion. For example, that if you wanted to construct a tunnel, so if you wanted to construct a tunnel like this is the drainage, okay, and you can see there are rock or there may be a triangular kind of the rock which can, if this is the geomembrane material, it is a geomembrane material, then this cone shape of the rock can penetrate it into the geomembrane and there is a possibility for damage and leakage, and when the rainwater can pass through this geomembrane material. So on the top of the geomembrane you can provide one layer of the geotextile material. This is GT, is geotextile material. So geotextile material is act as a cushion. If it can damage, it can damage the geotextile material, but not geomembrane material. Now here geotextile material act as a filtration and drainage, and geomembrane material act as a protection or the barrier. Then barrier or containment or waterproofing. Some geosynthetics can be used as relatively impermeable barrier to prevent the liquid or the gases. It can also be used as a noise barrier. You can see that some geotextile, non-woven geotextile material which can be impregnated with the bitumen material. So when there is a opening of the nonwoven geotextile material and it can be filled up with the bitumen material and it will act as a impermeable material. It can used also as a reflection cracking for road construction. So, this also will be relatively impermeable barrier and it act as a barrier or containment or waterproofing, that is as a function. Now, erosion control problem. The geosynthetic can be employed to prevent or reduce the erosion soil due to rainfall and surface water runoff. You can place on the slope the geosynthetic material and then on the top of that you can build a little bit sand layer and then on the top of the sand layer you can place the armor or the aggregate. Then 2 times you have to place the armor on the stone, because there is a possibility for excess pore water pressure development at this subgrade level and there is a possibility for the erosion here. So, you can control by providing the layer of the geotextile material, and geotextile material should not be damaged. So, that is why you place a sand layer and then on the top of the sand layer you provide the armor or the stone, which can be prevent the erosion control. So, erosion control is a function. So, there are some application, geosynthetic functional application. I say separation is an function. So, geosynthetics is placed, this is the geosynthetic material which is placed between the ballast and the subgrade soil in the railroad. So, when you construct the railroad, so you can place a geosynthetic material between the subgrade and the ballast. So, here geosynthetic material act as a separation. This good quality of aggregate will not penetrate into the subsoil, so it can be prevented. So, here is the some application of geosynthetics as a separation function. You can act also geotextile placed between the aggregate and the foundation soil in a paved road. So, you can see that here geosynthetic material act also as a separation. This is the filtration. So, this is the gabion, this is geotextile placed between the earth and the gabion as a filter. Gabion itself is a very good filtration material. Gabion, you know that 1 meter cube of the hexagonal galvanized mild steel shape and filled up with the good quality of the aggregate, but sometimes the soil surrounding, when it pass through this, there is a possibility for clogging or choking or bonding. So, you can place a geotextile material surrounding here which can act as a good filtration. So, geosynthetics can be used as a filtration for such cases. Now, geosynthetics is also placed between the earth and rock in an earth rock filled dam. You can see that here geosynthetics placed. When the water can flow, it can be prevented. So, there will be no clogging or choking here. So, geosynthetic material act as a filtration. Now, here the geosynthetic material placed in an earth filled dam as a chimney drain, it act as a chimney drain. So, this is the drainage. So, geosynthetic, this is the geosynthetic material. So, water can percolate along through this, along the plane of the geosynthetic material, that is why it is the drainage. So, geosynthetics placed in earth filled dam which is a chimney drain. You can see most of the time in the road, this is the gravel and wrapped with geotextile in a trench drain, and then this is the native soil. So, surrounding soil should not be choked when the geotextile material is there. So, it will act as a very good drainage. This a geotextile and a geomembrane material are placed in a tunnel lining system the rock or shotcrete geotextile or geomembrane, and the concrete, as I mentioned you earlier, that this concrete, if it is angular in shape, it can penetrate it directly with the geomembrane material, and geomembrane material may be choked. So that is why you can place that one layer of the geotextile material, which will act also as a cushion and can shape the geomembrane, and this geomembrane act as a barrier, geotextile act as a filtration and drainage. Here is the reinforcement. So you can see that this is the number of multi-layer of the geogrid material. So you can construct a slope as you like it, at any angle you can construct. Up to 70 degree we say it is a slope. So this is a reinforced steep slope with the several layer of the geogrid material, and this is the segmented reinforced soil retaining wall, and this is the reinforcement, number of the layer of the reinforcement, and this is a kind of the facing element or panel. So you can construct the reinforced soil retaining wall where geogrid is used. So these all are act as a good reinforcement. Even then, woven and non-woven geotextile material also act as a reinforcement. This is the wrap around facing reinforced soil wall. You can wrap it like this. I have shown you earlier like this. So you can construct a wrap around facing reinforced soil wall. So reinforced soil wall may be made of woven or non-woven geotextile material or the geogrid material, where the geosynthetics, whether it is a geogrid or the woven or non-woven geotextile material, which will also act as a reinforcement. You can have the protection, the geosynthetics containing sand, rock to protect against the scouring. Sometimes you can see in the railway bridge where there is a possibility for scouring in this zone, and it is eroded, and there is a possibility for instability of this structure. So you can fill up with a good quality of sand or aggregate in a bag, and then you can place here in this zone. So you can shape, so you can protect this pier. Now sometimes in the right hand side you can see sometimes the geosynthetics placed around the pile jacket. If this is the pile, because for the fluctuation of the water, and most of the time you find there is a formation of the neck. So this is very dangerous. So you can provide a geotextile material wrap around the neck from the pile for pile jacketing, and you can protect this pile where the geosynthetic material act as a protection. Barrier or containment, the geosynthetics or the geomembrane or geosynthetic clay liner can act as a relatively impermeable barrier to improve flow of fluid or gases in landfill, waste containment, encapsulated of swelling soil, asphalt pavement overlays, and reflection cracking. Here you can see that geosynthetics material placed between an existing cracked pavement, this is the crack, formation of crack in the pavement, and asphalt overlay to minimize the reflection cracking or delay the propagation of the crack. Most of the time you do not know from what the crack appear, it appears something some below of the subgrade, and then it appear on the top and crack is propagating. So you can fill up with some coating material, you can place a one layer of the geosynthetics material, and then you can place that asphalt overlay on the top of this geosynthetic material. So when the crack propagate, and this will be arrested by the geosynthetics material, where the geosynthetic material act as a barrier or the containment. Or sometimes if you use the non-woven geotextile material, as non-woven geotextile material has a apparent opening size or the equivalent opening size, and it can be filled with the bitumen spray or tack coat spraying at a particular speed and time, and then this opening size of the nonwoven geotextile material is filled up with bitumen and it will act as a barrier, also like a impermeable material, and where this material can to prevent the reflection cracking. Now, erosion control, geosynthetic blanket and mat can control the erosion from the earth bank, slope and silt fences. The mat may be made of polymer, jute, coir or wooden fiber. You can see here geosynthetics is placed between the subgrade, earth bank and the reef wrap or rock protection. You can see geosynthetics placed at the bottom of the underwater excavation to prevent erosion, where you can see how the geosynthetics can be used this underwater. You can place the geosynthetic material and fill up with the aggregate and you can work out this area. So, geosynthetic material also can be protected for the erosion control. Here it can be controlled erosion. Also you can use the geocell here, it can be protected as a erosion control. Screen, the silt fence can be placed to block the water current, silt and or wind blow sand to stabilize the dune. When the flowing fluid, water or wind carries particle in suspension, geosynthetics stop the fine particle. Here geosynthetic can stop the fine particle and allow fluid to pass through this geosynthetic material. Although the accumulated particle increase fluid pressure, screen can withstand pressure. So, this screen can withstand pressure. So, this suspension can be prevented here. So, geosynthetic material here act as a screen. So, in this figure is shown that particle sheet placed in water to prevent the suspended particle from polluting the downstream water. Sometimes you can see in the sea there is any oil or contamination which is floating on the top of the sea water, and you can place a geosynthetic material and this is like a balloon, and then this all the suspensions material or contaminated material can be protected by the geosynthetic material. So, it cannot be propagate on the other side of the sea. So, here vertical slit is placed in water to prevent the suspended particle from polluting the downstream of the water. So, how you can see the geosynthetic material is act as some function. So, geosynthetics have several other applications. It can be used as a daily cover to the working surface of the municipal solid waste landfill to protect it from the birds, animal and wind. Sometimes what happen in the landfill, just to dump it and just get away. So, you should cover with certain kind of the geotextile material. So, if you can cover with the geotextile material, then birds or animal also from the wind can be protected. Also cylindrical shape, double shape geosynthetics called as geotextile tube filled with the hydraulic fill can be used for the shoreline protection or to dewater the sludge for water purification. You can see that some kind of the cylindrical shape geosynthetic material, and you can fill that geotextile tube with the drainage material or contaminated material or sand, and then if you put the pressure on that, then the water is drained it out, and then you can dewater the sludge from the water purification. So, we will go one of the chapter with the geotextile tube, geotextile container and geotextile bag. So, you will be knowing more about this application and how to design also geotextile tube. Now, beauty of this geosynthetic material, so far we have studied it, that it has a separation, filtration, drainage, reinforcement, barrier, sealing, etc., etc. There are many functions, erosion control. So, beauty of this geosynthetic material is that it is not only act as a separation function, but at the same time it acts as a filtration, drainage and reinforcement function. That is the beauty of the geosynthetics material. Now you can see here that reinforced soil wall or steep slope, the primary function is the reinforcement and secondary function is drainage. The same material, one is acting as a reinforcement as well as it acts as a drainage function. When you construct the embankment, the primary function is separation, is separate the final material to the coarser material, and secondary function are the filtration, drainage and the reinforcement. So remember that what is that primary function and what is that secondary function. So for the construction embankment, separation is the primary function and the filtration, drainage and reinforcement is the secondary function. For reinforced wall and steep slope, reinforcement is the primary function, whereas drainage or the filtration is the secondary function. When railroad construction, primary function are separation and the filtration. Unpaved road, primary function is separation and secondary function are filtration, drainage and reinforcement. Paved road, the primary function is separation and secondary function are filtration, drainage and the reinforcement. Repaving, the primary function is waterproofing and secondary function is reinforcement. Drainage, primary function is the filtration and secondary function are separation and drainage. Any hydraulic construction, primary function is filtration, secondary function is separation. Sports field, the primary function is separation and filtration. Tunnel, the primary function are drainage and protection. Geomembrane containment, the primary function is protection and secondary function are drainage and the reinforcement. So when you design of the geosynthetics material, it is necessary to evaluate the geotextile property by soil exploration thoroughly. Then evaluate the properties of the geosynthetics material, their physical property, mechanical property, hydraulic property, environmental property. Then determination of the geosynthetics function such as separation, reinforcement, drainage, filtration, protection, containment and erosion control. And then try trial design and compare with the various alternative method. Analyze the proper model and evaluate their parameter. Develop most safe and cost effective appropriate design. Determine the exact required properties of geosynthetics and their installation technique. Look at the availability of the geosynthetics or modify the design required and monitor the construction site. These are very important, that sometimes you are designing but material is not available. So you have to be careful about the availability of the material, and also you have to be careful about the construction site, whether it has been properly placed or not and which direction it has been placed. So all this you have to keep it in mind. Civil engineers have to face lot of challenges to get the engineering solution for any project. So you have to use maximum use of local material and manpower to reduce the cost and time. Most of the time you can see for any project there is a tight time schedule. You have to finish within this time. Various site constraints like space, alignment, social and the political problem. You can see when we construct the national highway, we face a lot of problems regarding the space, regarding the alignment. There are also lot of social problems, also the political problem. So these you have to face. So this you have to be taken care before the authorizing this any kind of the project to the client. Long term performance and higher cost benefit ratio over a larger period of time. So you can think that how you can have some long term performance. It may be the higher cost benefit ratio over a long period of time because you are not to be maintenance. So that way your least of the maintenance cost and least the environmental impact. That is also very important to us. So in this slide showing the geosynthetics type and the function, you can see that defined types of the geosynthetic material: geotextile, geogrid, geonet, geocomposite, geosynthetic clay liner, geopipe, geofoam and geocomposite. And these are the functions: separation, reinforcement, filtration, drainage and containment. Here you can see geotextile act as a separation, reinforcement, filtration, drainage, geogrid as a reinforcement, geonet as a drainage, geomembrane as a containment, or geosynthetic clay liner alternative to geomembrane, so it function as a containment. Geopipe is act as a drainage function, geofoam act as a separation function, and geocomposite is act as all separation, reinforcement, filtration, drainage and the containment. Now you can see that slide that what is the application and the function. These are the various application. It is a unpaved road, repaving, railroad, hydraulic construction, drainage, sports field, embankment, vertical drain, retaining wall, tunnel and geomembrane containment. You can see these are the function: separation, filtration, drainage, reinforcement and protection. For unpaved road, you can see that this cross shows that this is primary function and this dot shows the secondary function. So for unpaved road, this primary function is the separation and filtration, drainage and the reinforcement and protection is the secondary function. That is why I say the geosynthetic material is not only act as a one function but act as a multifunction. That is the beauty of this material. So like that you can see that for the repaving or the railroad or separation and filtration function, hydraulic construction, drainage etc. So for example this vertical embankment, the separation as a function, filtration, drainage and reinforcement is the secondary function. Retaining wall, where the primary function is the reinforcement, secondary function is the drainage. Okay, whereas tunnel, this primary function is the also this reinforcement and also this filtration. So we have to be select that what is primary function, what is secondary function. The one side note that different types of the application, that when application of geosynthetics, unpaved road, retaining wall, hydraulic construction, drainage, sports field, embankment, retaining wall, tunnel and geomembrane containment, and at the same time you should know what will be the characteristic or the properties of the geosynthetic material. So these are the properties, that is we should know what will be the puncture resistance of the geosynthetic, tensile strength or elongation, drop test, effective opening size or apparent opening size of the geotextile material, what will be the thickness of the geosynthetic material, what will be the permeability, that is in plane, what will be the permeability normal to the plane, what will be the tear resistance, what will be the tensile strength of the material, and also you should know the brush pressure. For puncture strength you require for unpaved road, railroad, drainage, sports field, embankment, tunnel and geomembrane containment. Similarly, tensile strength also required for unpaved road, railroad, hydraulic construction, drainage and also the embankment, tunnel and geomembrane containment. Drop test also required for unpaved road, hydraulic construction and embankment. Effective opening size, you can see this is unpaved road, this is a railroad, hydraulic construction, drainage, sports field and embankment. Thickness is almost in all application, and the permeability in plane is required for the unpaved road and also drainage and this embankment and also the retaining wall, tunnel and the geomembrane containment. Permeability normal to this, that is unpaved road, railroad, hydraulic construction, drainage, sports field, embankment, and retaining wall. Tear resistance is for hydraulic construction, tensile strength also for the retaining wall, and the burst resistance for the geomembrane containment. So here we are showing one of the manufacturer list, that is correct choice of the geosynthetic material. Generally the amount of geosynthetic selected depend on the applied load and the soil condition for various projects. So when you manufacture a open non-open geosynthetic material, it has a certain weight, that is gram per meter square. So you can see here that different types of the geosynthetic material starting from 90 gram per meter square, 110, 130, 140, 180, 200, 235 and so on, like this 800 and even then more. And for the road construction you can use within this range 132 let us say 280. This is specifically for a particular manufacturer. For the railroad you see the very high weightage, it is 350 to 400. Whereas you can see for tunnel you need very high weight or you need very high strength. You can see starting from 235 to 800 gram per meter square. So it depends upon that what will be the type of the application and how you will select the geosynthetic material. For example, for road construction there is a range 130 to 280. You require whether it is a low volume road, medium volume road or high volume road, and depending upon the load, so you can select what the kind of the geosynthetic material you should select depending upon the whether it is a low, medium or high volume. So this picture will give you some idea about that how you will select the proper kind of the material and what will be their proper characteristics. So when you will go for the design for the geosynthetic material, so first of all for any project analysis, so the question comes whether you use the geosynthetic material, yes or no. If yes, then what you should know? You should determine what will be the geosynthetic function. That means function, it may be separation, filtration, drainage, reinforcement, protection and sealing. You should equally know the determination of the required safety factor. Then you have to determine the on-site parameter. The on-site parameter means that what will be the soil at that zone, what should be their gain site distribution, what is the shear strength of the soil, what is permeability of the soil, and also you should know what will be the water, what is the rate of flow condition, stress, whether it is a static or it is a dynamic. So when it is a dynamic, then you have to be careful and you have to be taken into account in the design accordingly. Now you have to be calculate that what should be the minimum required value and then determine the actual geosynthetics minimum value. So that means that you should know the geotextile property, that is what will be their mechanical property, that is puncture resistance, burst strength, tear resistance and tensile strength. And also you should know what will be the hydraulic characteristics. It may be that coefficient of permeability, and also the geosynthetic material has a opening size which is called DW, or it called the equivalent opening size. So this you have to know that what will be the actual geotextile minimum value. Then you have to calculate that what will be the actual safety factor, and then you can compare the safety factor, what is safety factor required or what is safety factor actual, then you can design it. So for we have discussed the different types of the function. This is very, very important that one should know what should be the functional concept, and we discuss this separation function, filtration function, drainage function, contamination function, erosion control function and how the different types of the function have been used in the different types of the application. So, this is very useful in our this course geosynthetics engineering in theory and practice. So, when you will design the any kind of the geosynthesis related structure, so you are to be very careful about that functional concept. What will be the accurate properties of the soil, detailed properties of the soil is very important, and particularly for the erosion control problem. And also you should know proper kind of the testing of the geosynthesis material, their mechanical property, their physical property, their environmental properties. So, if you know all this, so you can make a good design. With this I ended up this lecture. Please let us hear from you any question. Thank you for listening.